Lee Zeldin, the EPA, and President Trump are pretty much screwing you, the consumer, if you are going to be buying a new heavy-duty vehicle starting in 2027. All because the useful life warranty is about to change or stay the same. But it's going to screw you. Trust me. I'm going to explain that in this video. Before I get too far, please hit that like button, subscribe, check out the video library for a ton of automotive helpful DIY videos and emissions deregulations videos, and let's get into this. All right, first off, I support our president 100, well, not 100% now, I guess, but I did vote for President Trump in the last election, and I hate to bash Trump. I hate to bash the EPA, and I do my best to bring substantial news to you guys that actually means something. And looking at this proposal that the EPA is sending to the Federal Register to get approved to change the 2027 heavy-duty engine standards is driving me nuts, honestly. So get this. Like I said, this proposal to change these useful life warranty standards is going to screw you, because the EPA is telling these manufacturers we're going to stick with the emissions requirement reduction. So we are going to stick to the 80% or 90% reduction in NOx with the 2027 standard. But because you, the manufacturers, are complaining it's going to cost too much to warranty those problems, or sorry, those new emissions components, and it's causing a problem for you, we can roll back that emissions warranty. Let me explain. Let's look at this proposal. Links for everything in the description so you could go check it out yourself. This is crazy, honestly. And again, my tongue's getting tied because this is actually really, it irritates the hell out of me, honestly. I understand that the emissions really aren't going to change. It's just a bunch of hoopla when it comes to people saying you're going to be able to delete stuff on your vehicle. That's just a bunch of BS. It's not going to happen. But when it comes to getting screwed, or my neighbor getting screwed, my friend getting screwed by the government even more than we already are, especially when it comes to big rigs and transportation, or transporting everything that moves this world pretty much, is going to get screwed. That's where I start getting really ticked off about this. And this is why I'm ticked off. I'm sorry, I'm going way too much into describing why I'm ticked off. Let's pull this up. This is the proposal that's being sent to the Federal Register that they're going to have a public comment on and everything. Links in the description below for everything I talk about. Now, where is it? Okay, right here on page 15. In the 2013 final rule, the projected cost due to the lengthened emissions-related warranty periods were the largest individual contribution to the EPA's projected per-vehicle cost increases and total program costs. So what the EPA says is, with this emissions warranty that was going to be changed or extended, that was going to be the biggest cost per vehicle sold, because what the EPA was going to demand or say, or the rule was going to be, that the 2027 year model big rigs, heavy duty vehicles, had to have a useful life emissions warranty for 450,000 miles or 10 years, whichever comes first. The emissions warranty, useful life warranty as it is right now, which will continue to stay the same moving on for now, is 100,000 miles or 5 years. And if you think about it, if you're driving 500 miles per day, it takes you 200 days to drive 100,000 miles. That's as long as your emissions warranty will be good for. And adding on all these new emissions components, there's pretty much, people buying these are going to be driving the guinea pigs. So these newer emissions components, these added components, are only going to be warranted for 100,000 miles. I want to let you guys know real fast about this ANCEL HD430 heavy duty truck scanner DPF Reset and Forced Regen scan tool that's on Amazon. This thing is around 300 bucks, maybe a little bit less. Link in the description below. But this code reader can reset DEF codes and OBD codes on your heavy duty vehicles, such as your Peterbilt. What does it all say? It comes with connections for multiple trucks. So Volvo, International, Kenworth, GM Trucks, Pierce, Freightliner, CCC, Heavy Duty, American La France, Western Star, Peterbilt, Sterling, Autocar, Bluebird. And with the new DEF derate inducement rules, you're going to be able to drive 160 miles before you hit the, you hit their derate inducement speeds, With this, you could clear the codes before you get to that D rate and keep on trucking. When the code or the light comes back on, you're going to be reset to that 160 hours. Of course, if it's just a DEF issue or a DEF fluid issue, take care of that. But if it's a little bit more major problem that you need more time to get by on, this might be the scanner or code reader that you need to get you by. Link in the description below. Now let's look and see what the industry says. At the bottom of page 15, the 2023 final rule also lengthened the useful life periods for all heavy-duty engine regulatory classes. The new useful life periods require manufacturers to demonstrate at the time of certification that the emissions controls on their model years 2027 and later engines and are durable over the longer periods. And manufacturers are responsible for ensuring that their engines will meet the standards in use during those useful life periods. In meetings with manufacturers over the past year about their readiness for model year 2027 program, several manufacturers have noted they can meet the initial certification requirements, but expressed concern with the uncertainty of in-use performance of their new technologies over the full useful life for the range of the vehicle applications. So what they're saying is, yeah, we're going to be able to meet these standards, the new NOx standards, but with the new equipment that you guys are requiring us to put on these vehicles to meet those standards, we can't guarantee that these emissions components are going to last long. And they don't want to warranty them. So what the industry says, if we look at page, I have all my notes back here. That's why I keep looking back here. I wrote down my 3 little notes. If we look at page 19, there is a table per se. For heavy duty engines, the cost per engine for the extended warranty is going to be $5,358. So if the extended warranty was a stick, that's going to cost the manufacturers to pass on a cost to you guys of roughly, let's say, $6,000 per vehicle, because that's what they're going to have to. That always happens. I always get calls while I'm doing this. So the manufacturers are saying it's going to add $6,000 to their costs to keep those vehicles on the road due to having to cover emissions warranties. But if you look a little bit even further, that's only for the vehicles that they think is going to get to the 450,000 miles pretty quick. If we look at page 31, let me get down there. This call's still coming in. Right here in the middle of page 31. In the case of heavy HDE category, OEMs have shared that the cost increase for just the emissions-related warranty could exceed $15,000 for some engines intended for use in low mileage vocational vehicles, for which the engine would be covered by warranty until the 10-year limit. That's it, period. I was going to go further. So what that says is the OEMs are afraid that the vehicles such as RVs or rigs that just don't get driven much, that are going to have to be warranted for the max of 10 years because it's 450,000 or 10 years, whatever comes first, those vehicles are going to cost even more, up to $15,000. So if the manufacturer isn't going to be held accountable for repairing or keeping these emissions components good on your vehicle, who's going to be responsible for doing that? You, the consumer. You're going to be responsible for these repairs. So this is going to lower the initial cost of the vehicle, of course, because the manufacturers are not going to have to warranty these emission components. And just because it's a useful life warranty, that doesn't mean after the useful life warranty is up that you don't have to care about these emissions components anymore. If you're in a state that has emissions regulations or emissions inspections, you have to keep up on these to keep the dummy lights off of your dash. So what do you think? Is this a good idea? A bad idea? I don't know, but I think it's pretty crazy. Comment below. Links in the description for everything I talk about. Go check out that full document. It is crazy, honestly. Like, subscribe, share. Check out the video library for a ton of automotive helpful DIY videos and emissions deregulations videos. I will see you guys on the next hopefully helpful video. Thanks for checking out Scotty's Hobbies.